What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and we are taking a look at Solana, in particular the lending platform SOLEND that sits on the Solana blockchain. I'm going to talk about everything going on with it right now and why it's a big moment for cryptocurrency in general. Before we do get into this video though, please consider subscribing to the channel where we talk about cryptocurrency every single day. And if that's something you can like, make sure you are hitting the notification bell so you know when we go live or we upload a video, and click that thumbs up. Let's try and get this one well over 100 likes. It does help the channel out massively. So let's get into this. So look, Solana right now, 34.78 is a significant drop since its all-time high position, which was around $140. Now, it had a dramatic rise to fame over the course of the last sort of 18 months. And the reason being, it is a super fast blockchain. It was dubbed as the next Ethereum when Ethereum had severe scaling chances. There was Solana kind of came up, super fast transactions, super cheap transactions, built NFTs, lots of games, everything you could imagine on this blockchain. And I, for one, was really bullish on this project. It's a proof of stake blockchain. Therefore, you stake your tokens to own as opposed to mining. So if anything, you could argue it's still a little bit better for the whole market in general. Now, what is going on with Solana right now? Well, look, ultimately, we have this. The SOLEND whale liquidation crisis prompts second vote to reserve the emergency powers. And ultimately, as we dig into this, the Solana-based lending protocol SOLEND is going back to the ballot box with a flash vote over whether to invalidate Sunday's emergency powers plan to wrest control of the platform's largest account, a $100 million plus whale on the verge of potentially chaotic on-chain liquidation. Now, what is this important? If you look at the total diluted market cap, you can see we're at $17.6 billion. So 100 million sell-off would severely impact the price. It would send the price tumbling. What does that create? It creates complete and utter chaos in sellers, particularly in the market we've got. So the risk would be the complete ecosystem of Solana would crash. Now, again, I talked about this as a general thing, but you can see average cost per transaction is super cheap. Validated nodes 1738. Transactions is flying through. It's just a super good blockchain, but again, it's still relatively small in the grand scheme of things. You know, people always use Ethereum or BNB, but it is one of those projects that are absolutely building. But this continues. SOLEND, which supports tokens such as SOL and USDC, is giving its governance token holders 6 hours to vote on the proposing yes on the SOLEND 2 would, in 1, invalidate the first vote, 2, extend voting periods to 1 day's length, 3, begin the work on the new, less drastic emergency powers free solution to the whale wallet crisis. We recognise that voting time of 1 day is still short, a blog post by co-founder Ruta said, but we need to act swiftly to address the systemic risk and the fact that normal users can't withdraw USDC. We ask our community to be active in governance. In the next few days, voting time will be revised in future proposals. So ultimately, what they're saying and what they've done is basically seize this whale's wallet. There's no undue practice, there's no malpractice in it. It's been, you know, done through the right protocols and the right thing. And the Solana chain have said, no, you are not going to be able to sell yours. Now, there's an argument for both sides. If they sold, it would completely crash the market. There is a risk, given everything that's going on. We've seen UST and the Terra collapse. We've seen currently USDD, the Tron DAO, really struggling to keep its $1 peg. The last thing the whole market in general needs is Solana absolutely tanking, given the absolute potential of this blockchain. Now, what we did see then, further on from this was posted very early this morning. We saw this a little bit later. The plot to defeat crypto meltdown. SOLEND votes to seize liquidate whale account. Now, here's the problem with this. So 95% of SOL deposits from one person, so margin sell-offs could mean collapse. Decentralized finance lending platform SOLEND tried to fend off the effects of the crypto meltdown this weekend when 97.5% of its users voted to give it emergency powers to liquidate its largest customer's account. A second vote held today reversed the first. So SOLEND, which allows users to deposit cryptocurrencies for lending to other users, has one whale responsible for 95% of the SOL cryptocurrency deposit on its platform, worth $107 million. The same user has borrowed 88% of available USDC, a stablecoin pegged to the US dollar. All said the account has borrowed around 108 million USDC and Ethereum. According to SOLEND's website, it has lent a total of 195 million in crypto assets. So it would completely crash SOLEND, it would completely crash the Solana blockchain. Now, here is the real concern with this. And it's that old saying, not your keys, not your money. And we've seen this. This was the whole Terra Luna collapse that it was pegged to the stable algorithmic coin of UST. And equally, we've seen this where people are over leveraging whenever. And this is one of the worst markets we've been through. We've seen humongous realizations of loss today. I mean, it's in the billions in terms of what people leave. I think the last stat I saw was about 7 billion in total Bitcoin losses. So the market is hurting right now. We did see a fake out where we thought we were going to see something move, but we haven't. The problem we've got is people are nervous, people want to take it out, but where we've got big lending platforms, where we've over leveraged in some things, they don't have that money to get back, and that's always the risk with stablecoins. So this would completely destroy SOLEND. If this wallet could take it out, it would completely destroy it. Hence why they've put the brakes on. But that takes away the whole purpose of cryptocurrency. It then no longer means it's decentralized, and it means somebody holds the keys to your wealth. It's basically like a centralized bank, and there is a big concern over the actual fact this could shape crypto. Now, there's talk of regulation, there's talk of what we need to do in terms of trying to stop all the scams and everything else going on, but this, for me, is just as bad. Now, I'm not saying that they should allow this whale to sell and completely crash it, because then everyone else, the little guy, you know, we like the little guy on the channel, would get wrecked. But I do think they need to be very careful how they play this. I do think there is more to come with this story. So we're going to stay really close to this, because I think this is big for the whole cryptocurrency, and equally this whole leverage trading and over leveraging on products. And that's why we're seeing whenever the market's good, we don't hear anything about it, because people can leverage and borrow what they want. When the market's like it is, when we're seeing some of the worst corrections for 2 or 3 years, then we tend to see a lot of projects, not only in the DeFi space, but big projects really struggling as well. So we're going to stay really close to this. So if this is the sort of video you like and you think you've got something value out of this, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, give this a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in the next video.